Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. What I do for you? I got a nice little lesson for you today. There's a subliminal message in this lesson. Trust me. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. It's the message, the story for life. I'll give you life lessons. You tuning and receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinking mission. Yeah, and I'm on it. Is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinker's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, that all right thinkers know themselves. So I give you the information you need to do just that with. That's what I do for you daily. Let's go. Question I ask, do you know you? It's rhetorical, and if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you, help you to know you. Let's go. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and know that they know not is simple. You can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. I try to. Sometimes you got to deal with them, and I do. Even you. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. That's okay. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. Yeah, I won't. It's okay. But all these persons, they reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my out, be true. Right thinkers. Let's talk about that Mr. Know Everything but himself type of people. I'm sure I'm not the only one who knows that kind of person. I'm not the only one who knows a Mr. I know everything but myself, which is ego, arrogance, and ignorance all rolled up in one. You know somebody like that? I do. Let's talk about them. Okay. If you feel like I'm talking about you personally, okay. If the shoe fits Cinderella, you got to wear that. So let's go. You know how I do. They can tell me, excuse me, they can tell you about everything. Even when they don't know what the hell they talk about, they still gonna tell you about something. Not knowing that you already know a few things. And when they come to the area where you have knowledge of and they wrong, now you got an argument. I don't waste my time. Okay. I make my point. So I give you the information, you can do what you want with it. But because I take great pride in what come out of my mouth, okay? Trust me. So I know what I'm talking about when I'm talking. If I'm trying to tell you something, trying to inform you, aka teach or enlighten, that's what I do. You don't tell me what I'm trying to tell you. I'm wrong about that. That's a definite problem. But that's those people, Mr. Know Everything. He know everything about what he don't need to know about, but except himself. So when you try to tell him something that he don't know about, he gonna swear to God he do. Why? Because that's what he is. That's how he know everything but himself. That's ignorance and arrogance and ego all balled up into one. But they a little bit of knowledge of something, think they got something, and really ain't got nothing. Moving on. I don't argue. I told you I stopped doing that. I just make my point loud and clear. This is what it is. You can take it or leave it. Don't make a difference to me. It ain't debatable. I ain't arguing with you. And as a teacher and an advanced knowledge person, I don't have to listen to your nonsense for real. That's what it is. I'm trying to tell you something, you contradict me. That's nonsense. It's wasting my time. So we won't be doing that much more either. And watch this. I make my point loud and clear. Okay. I'm not like you. I know me. I'm not going to do. No, ain't got time for that. That's having knowledge of self. That's why those who don't know, I know you don't know, but you believe and think you know. So we got nothing in common. I got to avoid you. That's why. Moving on. Love you, but got to go. Ignorance of himself. That's what he is. But he believes he knows. That makes him dangerous. Why? People like him want to be in charge. People like him wants people to follow him. People like him wants to be heard to their detriment. Why? Once you start opening your mouth, the people who can hear can tell you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But you're talking. Moving on. We got the freedom of choice, freedom of speech. So yeah, everybody got a right to talk. But again, I did a lesson about information. They give misinformation. Why? Because they misinformed. They can't give good information. They got misinformation themselves. Moving on. I tell you about Mr. I Know Everything. Why? Because my mission, I tell you about them in the mission statement. Those are the ones who don't know, but believe and think they know. I tell you to do what? Avoid them. Why? Because they're dangerous. That's why. Simple. I can tell you about them. You probably know some of them. And if you don't, it's probably you. We all know that kind of person, be it male or female. Excuse me. My audience is heavily male. Excuse me. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. But again, I tell you about Mr. Oh no, excuse me. We all know this kind of person, and if you don't know one, you. But yeah, when you have an ignorant person who knows a little bit of something, and they probably do, but they think and believe that they know more because of what they believe and what the little bit that they do know, they gaslight you or they amp themselves up to be bigger. But when you try to inform me about something that I already know, and what you inform me about contradicts what I know, we're going to have a problem. Moving on. The problem, okay, is you can't teach them anything, but they want to tell you everything. Even when they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And a lot of times they don't, but they're assuming you don't know, so they can tell you anything. I ain't that dude, okay? I have self-knowledge. First of all, that means I know me. And that I would acquire this information the old-fashioned way. What? I lived it. I experienced it. That's what makes right thinking. Right thinking. I have knowledge and mastery of philosophy. Shita Netta, Sumatagui, Maya philosophy. I came up with my right thinking philosophy. It's all those wrapped into one, but one caveat. They don't have my personal experience. Only right thinking do. So that's the difference. Okay? Moving on. He wants this person, Mr. Know Everything, wants this. Now he wants to lead. He thinks he's a leader, okay? And to some degree he is, but watch this. He's not a good leader of himself. So what's going to happen to people who follow him? Yep, the wrong way. Because he don't know where he's going. But he think he do. He believe he do. That don't mean jack till you find out the fruit. Oh, yeah, see? When you give me that I thought nonsense, that means you didn't know from the get. Sorry. Mr. Know Everything but your damn self always want to tell other people what to do or how to do or what. Always giving bad instructions, misinformation. Why? Because he believes he think what he think is right and he wrong. Can't tell him that. You got to fight him. Okay, or start speaking to one another, but he ain't gonna deny. Okay, this is Mr. Know Everything, has no friends. That's why. And says what? They are the problem, not him. I have no friends because I choose to live the lifestyle that I choose to live. So I got a problem with people not, wanting to do what I do. I'm good with that. But it ain't because I'm an a-hole. You are. Mr. Know Everything need fans, okay, to soup himself up to make him feel good. Why? Because he's very insecure in himself. Again, ego wants gratiate me, worship on me, yeah, respect me, all that nonsense. That's the ego, wanting to be appeased, wanting to be all that nonsense. So they leave. They find things to do. They, want to go, okay, watch this. Well, Mr. Know Everything will argue about any and everything that goes against what he thinks is. Like he just in his mind again. He's the standard for everything except himself. Okay, watch this. Mr. Know Everything will always start projects or ventures and venue, whatever it is, and guess what? Never succeed in them and never finish it. That's Mr. Know Everything. When you don't know you, sorry about that. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry about that. When you, excuse me, when you don't know you, aka know thyself, you don't know Jack, aka you don't know me either. You can't assume to know somebody and don't know yourself. I don't plan to know nobody except myself. So that's not a decision I have to make. Moving on. You can't have what most people do, an opinion about everything and everybody but yourself. You look at everything except you. That's major problem for Mr. Know Everything except himself. When your knowledge, when you have knowledge and you're about when you have knowledge is when your knowledge is about everything, you're knowledgeable about everything and everyone, and not have knowledge of yourself, you really wasted your time. Moving on. That's a simple fact. To have knowledge about everything other than yourself is truly a waste of time. No self-knowledge, no entry into the next level. So you'll be coming back again. Trust me. Why? Knowledge of self is worth learning, living. With that knowledge, you what? Know yourself, and knowing thyself takes you to the next level. That's why. Without self-knowledge, it's like having a car without what? A battery or an engine. You just gotta just a car, just a vehicle. Ain't nothing in it. That's knowing everything except yourself. You just you there, but ain't got no substance to you. You can't do nothing. Like the ego, it can't procreate. Did you know that? Another lesson, but move it on. That's why. Move on. Wrap it up. Oh, this wasn't too long. Let me slow it down a little bit, make a few points about Mr. Know Everything except himself. Most of them are what? Self-taught. Now, I can understand being self-made. That means you put the work in, do your own due diligence. That's self-made. But how you be self-taught? You can't teach yourself. You gotta learn. So he taught himself, but no one taught him because he already knew everything. Again, just to know everything but himself. If you're self-taught, when did you get your self-knowledge? Or who'd you get your self-knowledge from? Self-made meaning you put the work in. You did that. That's what I did. Okay, I taught myself by putting the work in. Why? By learning and mastering concepts of philosophies that I practiced for over 30 years. Okay, I put my work in. Okay, so when I talk about mastering, I learned from masters of the craft of what I was following. Now I'm a master after doing my due diligence. Self-made. I'm self-taught. Why? Because I studied my lessons and I lived and mastered them over the period of time. So now I have the right and the privilege to teach others to do the same thing. That's why I do what I do for you. What is that? Last one. If you believe or think you know, Trust me. I know you don't know. You just don't know you don't know. So until you figure out what you don't know, I can't help you. Enjoy. Have a good life. I'm out.